Hey, it's Wednesday night, 7 p.m., and you're watching Rebel Wrap Up. We're here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, we come up here to Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We want to thank them for providing the set that we have here to be able to broadcast the show to you. It's time for Rebel Wrap Up. We have head coach. We're here with head coach Jim Pavo. Our guest tonight is Dylan Breedlove, Jacob Reese, Dylan Frank, and Jack Roper will be our guest tonight on the couch. We're going to do two segments. We have two guys in on our first segment, two guys on our second. We want to thank Pizza Hut for providing the pizza for our players and the coach tonight. We want to thank Pepsi for providing drinks. Now, before we get started, we're in 7-3A region play. So if you know anything about our show, it's getting that time of year to where we discuss region play. And we're going to real quickly run down the region. So the stats on the region: Banks County is 1-1. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Banks County is 1-1. Dawson is 2-0. Franklin's 2-0. West Hall is 0-1. Fannin is 0-1. Lumpkin is 0-2. And East Hall is 1-1, and that is 7-3A region standings right now. Coach Pavo, now I apologize, guys. You caught me off guard. You guys just came in. I heard you had to move a sled. Is it moved out of the way?
Yes.
Everybody over there happy?
Yes.
All right. To you. So now what's your name again? Dylan?
Yeah.
Dylan Breedlove, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're a junior?
Yes, sir.
A junior offensive lineman?
Yes.
Okay, and your name again, young man?
Jacob Reese.
Jacob Reese. Jacob, halfback? Is that what you have down? H-back? Oh, you running an H-back, and I don't even know it.
Well, now you know. That's why I brought him.
Redskins,
It's our secret weapon.
right? Is that you went back to the Redskins,
Yes,
right?
old
Called the old
Redskin
H-back. Coach, coming off a 52-28 loss. Fannin in the first quarter was Fannin 7, Banks 10, second 7-7, and then 7-21, 7-14, ended up a 52-28. Talk a little bit about it. I don't know how else to put it other than maybe the wheels came off in the second half. A lot of moisture Friday night, so tell us a little bit about that game.
Most of the things I could tell you just be, when you come right down to just excuses. And, I told the kids after the game, I felt that, I didn't properly prepare them. And, we really reevaluated some of the things we were doing and adjusted practice and did some things there. And I felt that, we did have some mistakes but it was one of those things we just got to keep working. And so I'm not going to say, well, we had this penalty, we had this turnover, we had this, or, it's a combination. We didn't play well. And so when we don't play well, it's on the head coach. And so I just told the kids, hey, this one's on me. It's I didn't have you properly prepared, but it ain't going to happen again.
Coach, now let me ask you a question because, as you said, didn't play well. It's on you. 7-3A, that's a good region. I mean, on Friday night, you're always playing a good football team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Banks was a good football team.
Right.
And when you play a good football team and in my opinion, we weren't prepared, then you're going to lose, And so, it's one of those things where they've got good football players. We've got good players, but we didn't play well. And when we don't play well, that's, I feel that's a reflection on me. Now, what I ask them is, as players, is to look at themselves and say, okay, what do I need to do better? And of course, as a coaching staff, we've got to work with them also. But, you got to first, you can't always say, well, hey, the kids didn't play well, or this guy messed that up. At times, you got to reevaluate, say, what are we doing in practice that could help us get better? So we adjusted some things, we changed some things up. And the great thing about it, we had a great practice Monday. A great practice, probably the best practice of the year. I'm talking even, during those rivalry weeks, the guys usually practice well because they're really, because they want to play, those rivalry games. But we had our best practice by far, not even close, of the year on Monday. And so that was a real tribute to the players.
Let me piggyback off a couple great things you said tonight, Coach. Guys, we're listening to Coach here. He takes it on him. He says, he didn't prepare you. he takes this loss on his shoulders, but he asked you to look at what you could do better. He asked that question. And do me a favor, both of you, answer that question that he asked. I didn't ask. What could you do better after a game like that? And second, tell me what you think made that Monday practice so good this week. Both of you, one at a time.
I think that we were just hungry to come back out, especially after we get embarrassed like that in our first region game. I think we just needed to come out and practice hard. As something I could have done was probably blocking on the perimeter wasn't as well for the wide receivers and stuff. I just came out as hard as I could, practiced as hard as I could Monday. Just hungry for our first region win. We came out short.
You know what? You don't know what to work on if you don't accept things. So I got a lot of respect for what you just said. I mean, if you're an individual, no matter what it is in life, if you don't accept something, you can't work on it. And I got a lot of respect for what you said. How about you?
In the game, I messed up on the right plays, like to go to the right side, because I always let the guy ahead up on me go in. He always went in and he made the tackle. And that's how I thought the offense, I felt that I was letting the offense down. During the game is we'd run dive right or something, and the guy would always go inside of me, and I thought I was doing a poor job during the game, and I thought I'd even told my coach after each play I told him that I messed up on, I would tell him about it. And then on Monday practice we went and we did our footwork, and I tried better to get the right steps down faster.
You know, listening to both of you young guys, I like what I'm hearing because, you know what, I live in reality. And if you get out of reality, and the reality is you guys are, you know what the scoreboard said, and you went home, but you did something about it. Well, we always say over at Team FYN Sports, when something like this is going on or something, we'll say, we're better than this. You know what I mean? So it sounds like Monday you guys said, hey, we're better than this, and we're gonna work on this. I want to go to one more question before we go to our first break. I've asked everybody that's come out this year on the show that's been on the couch. I've asked this question. You're a junior. You played last year.
Yes.
You're a senior. You played last year.
I'm a junior.
Junior.
I didn't play last year.
You didn't play last year. For you, what is different this year as far as the program this year? What is different this year than last year?
This year I think the mentality of wanting to win, wanting to get better as a team is way higher than last year. Last year we was going through all these new plays we got, and I think this year we're on the offense side of the ball, we have the same plays. They're just named different, and we're more familiar with what we have to see and what we have to call out when the defense comes up. And I just think that this year's team is trying harder than last year's team to win and to go to playoffs.
Before we get into our next segment, we bring two more guys in. Let me just ask you. This week you've got Lumpkin. This week, okay? Watching Lumpkin on the both of you guys are on the offensive side of the ball. Watching Lumpkin's defense, what do you see this week that you had to prepare for this coming Friday night?
They play a lot of zone, not zone, man coverage. Just got to work on a lot of the routes and stuff, like H Fox and all this. It's just a lot of plays open that we saw a lot of their weaknesses in the film against East Hall.
And what about you for Friday night, Lumpkin?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, they come off the ball pretty hard and low, and the guy that's set up on me, he pinches in a lot, and that's where I was failing in the game, the previous game, is to go to the right and not to let him inside. And on the film against East Hall, I've watched him. He kept going in, pinching real hard, and that's what I'm having to watch for during the game coming up.
So you know that you're recognizing.
Yes.
You're recognizing and ready for it. Coach, we're gonna take our first break. When we come back, we're gonna go over a couple stats from the other night, and then get into Lumpkin and talk about that.
Sounds good.
I'm BKP. You're watching Rebel Wrap Up. We're here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Now, a couple quick things. I don't know if you noticed, they have this football, this Madden 16. They got this guy. What an appropriate time for them to stack up this Xbox right behind everybody here. this Xbox here. So check that out in the screen. I didn't even know at Circuit World you can come by and get an Xbox, but now I do and you do. But we're here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. You're watching Rebel Wrap Up. We always want to thank Pizza Hut for providing a pizza for the players and the coaches, and Pepsi for providing our drinks. We'll be back after these brief messages. We'll get Dylan Frank in here and Jack Roper, our next guest.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Ella J. Tire Company since 1955. With a huge range of tires at the lowest price and fast, hassle-free service, Ella J. Tire is all you need every time. Ella J. Tire carries only the top brands in the industry: Cooper, Michelin, Mickey Thompson, Pirelli, and Yokohama. Stop in and let AES certified mechanics change your oil today. Life doesn't slow down for car maintenance, and Ella J. Tire won't either. If your car is tired of its tires, go to Ella J. Tire.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
New Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Let it ride during the Lucky 7 sales event at Lifetime Kia. Come try your luck in the Money Machine. Yes, come take a test drive and you get a chance to grab for cash in the Money Machine. Plus, shop big-time savings on every vehicle in stock. And remember, Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Lifetime Kia will extend that warranty for as long as you own it. Come try your luck in the Money Machine and experience the savings at Lifetime Kia.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
Only one thing beats a day's price on a new Chevy. It's our pre-owned price. Now at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. Save thousands off original MSRP on the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in the North Georgia mountains. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even luxury vehicles. Many with factory warranty. And all thousands below new car prices. We can even help rebuild your credit. Save thousands today at the Days Chevy Jasper Pre-Owned Super Center. The North Georgia mountains big volume, low price leader.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
And we're back. It's Wednesday night. You're watching Rebel Wrap Up. We're here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We always want to thank Pizza Hut for providing pizza for the players and the coaches, and also Pepsi for providing drinks. We appreciate them. Again, Circuit World here in Blue Ridge. We're talking Rebel football, and the Rebels are in 7-3A, Division 7-3A. In the region, let's run down that. If you're just joining us, let's run down that region. We do every week once it starts. Banks County is 1-1 in the region. Dawson is 2-0. Franklin is 2-0. West Hall is 0-1. Fannin is 0-1. Lumpkin is 0-2, and East Hall is 1-1. And that's how 7-3A stacks up. Now, a couple stats on last week's game for the Rebels. All-purpose yards, the Rebels had 484 yards, 131 rushing, 289 passing. Brad Davis was 22 for 37 with 289 yards, 3 TDs, 1 interception. Jack Roper, which is here with us tonight on the couch, Jack had 12 carries for 83 yards. He also, on the defense side, had 7 tackles, 3 assists. 1 tackle for a loss. Dylan Frank, which is here on the couch with us right now, had 4 tackles, 5 assists. And this past week, Superstar Swag Player of the Week at Team FYN Sports, Cooper Earls, 9 carries for 9 catches for 133 yards receiving, averaging 4.8 yards a carry, 2 TDs. Now, Coach, we talked about this before the show started, and obviously when you get yourself in a position, you got to start airing it out. Last year and this year, I think you have one of the best balanced offense-defensive teams, and as soon as you have to start really sending Davis to the air, you lose that offensive balance, and there kind of throws things off a little bit, does it not?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's anything, and that's not, due to Brad. He has a lot of abilities, but now all of a sudden the other teams know you're going to throw, you get behind, or whether it's score-wise, you get behind the chains, and now they know you're going to throw the football, and they start playing coverage, and so your completion percentage goes down, and now you're at risk for throwing interceptions or giving up sacks or things of that nature. So yeah, we want to be balanced. I mean, be honest with you, if we could actually run for more yards than pass, I'd be happy with that. But we didn't run the ball as well as we wanted to, and then in this third quarter, we started getting back behind a little bit, and so we kind of picked up the tempo a little bit and tried to throw the ball down the field. But yeah, you're right. We want to be balanced. We get, a lot of times people think you're a spread team and all you want to do is throw the football. I mean, if we could run 70 plays and we could go 40 run and 30 pass, that'd be great. Or even 45 and 25. So, and especially with Coach Pierce, he liked running the football, and at times getting into 2-back stuff and basically just hide behind that, playing behind that offensive line and putting it on them.
Guys, Coach asked, actually in our first segment, Coach asked the questions, and by his comments kindly brought me into letting you guys answer Coach's question. In our first segment, we were talking about last week's game, and Coach said, he took the loss on himself. And he took the loss on himself as far as preparation, preparing the team. He told you guys, hey, the loss is on me, but he asked you to look at what you could do better or what you did not do the other night internally for you to look at it. And then he comes back and says you guys have had Monday the best practice. He can't remember last time you guys had a practice like that. So both of you individually there touch on that. Coming out of that game, the question Coach asked, what did you see in that game you could do better or you needed to work on, and what made Monday's practice so awesome? Both of you deal with that for me.
As far as how I could improve majorly was definitely maybe being a little bit more of a field general and trying to maybe watch a little bit more film and try to direct people to where I thought the ball was going, or direct myself to where I thought the ball was going, maybe watching film a little bit more, and then really just attack blocks, and when I see the hole open up, to attack it. I think I'm kind of waiting in my depth too, definitely my depth, in which me and Coach Bebo have been working on. He works with me each week. I'm not saying 5 yards deep, so I'm getting picked up on the blocks a lot easier, which I'm still kind of new to it, so I'm learning. But depth and then attacking the blocks, and when I see it open up, to attack that as well. And then as a team, we're definitely just hungry. I mean, I don't think that one lose is going to mess us up at all whatsoever. I think we all know we're a playoff caliber team without a doubt, and I know that our team knows we're a good team, and I think that's what makes us even hungrier is that we know we have potential to play in the playoffs.
Was that the attitude Monday? Is we are a playoff team?
We're a playoff team, and I would say that we could compete for a region championship if we play our best game. Last Friday was a terrible game. I mean, I think defensively for sure was nowhere near close to where we need to be as a defense.
Well, internally recognizing that will pay the dividends on Friday night. That's my opinion. You go ahead with that same question.
Friday night, I felt like I played maybe too tight, was almost out of position a little bit. I play safety, so I played up because they are a heavily run team, but there was a time or two where they burned us on a pass or two that I was the deep player, and that was my responsibility. And I feel like this week I need to play more at my depth, still come up and make the aggressive plays on the run, but still play more at my depth, just in case. And I believe Coach Pavo asking us that question, what we needed to do to get better, led into Monday's practice. All of us come in there to get better, what we needed to get better at. We thought about it over the weekend, every player, not just me, not just Jack, all of us. And we all came hungry to get better at what we thought we needed to get better. And I agree with Coach Pavo, definitely one of the best Monday practices.
Good. I'm excited to hear that because at Team FYN Sports, we're always dedicated to promoting and highlighting young athletes in a positive way. And you guys are actually, you're making my evening because I'm really enjoying hearing this. It's exciting for me. I can't quite suit up anymore, but I mean, I'm about ready. Coach Lumpkin is. Talk a little bit what you've heard tonight, Coach. Just a little bit. We had the two guys up here in the first segment. These two guys, and they came to practice. You touched on it a minute ago, but after listening to them, they came to practice Monday. Did you have to encourage them to come hungry Monday, or did they show up?
Well,
they're teenage boys.
Their
mothers are out there saying they showed up hungry.
You're always trying to encourage, and I think it's one of those things where I've got to do my job as encouraging players and challenging them, and understand that I don't care what level you're at, high school, college, professional. As a coach, you need to be the leader of the team and motivate the team, but at the same time, you're looking for players to also take it upon themselves, and that's the maturity factor that you develop, in them, and. It kind of makes you proud because you say, okay, well, maybe they are listening, and to what you say, and ask them to do and evaluate, and but like I say, I'm proud of them because of the effort that they've given this week and the focus, and it's kind of one of those things where you just I told kids on Monday, it just popped in my head. I said I really wasn't looking for anything. It just kind of came to me. I said, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And
that's right.
And so we kind of went through some tough times, in the last couple of games. And so can we, are we going to be tough and stay tough, or are we going to wilt to the pressure or to the disappointment or whatever it happens to be?
Dylan, Friday night against Lumpkin, they look like a running team. Their stats, they show up, look like a running team. You're a defensive back.
Yes, sir.
In the film, what are you seeing in their offense that you have to prepare for this week? That you're looking at film this week on them?
They don't run a lot of different type of plays, but they run it out of a lot of different formations. And we were given the job to adjust to these formations. So just making sure to know my adjustments, getting where we need to be, and playing fast and playing hard.
I want to ask the same question, Jack, about Friday night, but I want to stay with you a minute. I've asked every guy on the couch this year because I was here last year. Coach took over. Program changed. I mean, it was strip the Band-Aid off. Old's gone, new's here, here's the program. It was new to you guys. I watched every week you guys come into the show or watched you play, of seeing you deal with getting acclimated with the program. Talk about the difference this year, walking on the field, knowing what to do, and how you've been able to encourage and bring the younger guys up.
Well, it's just another year under our belt, another year of familiarity with the new defense and offense. So now we can just hit it full speed, head on, know what we're doing, and just come out. And the younger kids, we just lead by example, lead by voice, but lead by example mostly. Get out there and get our jobs.
Jack, same questions. Friday night, Lumpkin, what are you seeing on the film on both sides of the ball that you're adjusting for, looking at, or you feel you have to deal with Friday night?
Defensively, quarterback, I'm taking him on. He's mine Friday, so
well, okay.
That's my job right now. I'm hungry for 14.
Quarterback.
So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And then offensively, haven't watched much film. I'm not worried about it though. I think our offensive line will take care of him.
You right? talk about this year. This is the first time I've had you here this season. Talk about this year versus last year, being ready. Let me ask you a question, because you weren't in your second game, and I'm going to say this. You weren't in your second game last year, showing up at Monday practice, hungry, saying we're a playoff team. Probably still just wondering. I mean, how did that work? How did that go down? This year, that's all behind you. You show up Monday hungry at practice. So what is the big difference this year?
I mean, I think it's our leadership as a defense. I mean, as a senior group and our juniors, I think that really we care about the season and we want to make it far and we want to try to make it last. I mean, all as for the seniors, anyways, we know we ain't got. I mean, there ain't tomorrow as far as making the playoffs. If you don't make it, you're done. You don't play another game in your high school football career, and that's, as a senior, I know that's what I look at, and that's what and when I'm playing that game and things start getting tough, that's what I have to go back to and think of, and that's why. I
was talking to some seniors last night, and a young man looked at me and he said, when you're a senior, every game's your last game on that field. Every game's your last game. So when you're a senior, this is your year. It's so that's almost what I was told last night. Coach, a little bit about Lumpkin tomorrow night. We're running out of time. They're a young team. They look like they have really basically one real skill player on the team. You look like you have an advantage in the passing game. Their secondary looks a little young, but they're a running team. So taking all that, what are some of the things you're seeing this Friday night?
They're one thing, they've got a good offensive line. They're big and physical. They give you a lot of formations. They're really skilled or athletic at the quarterback position. He's a big kid. He's athletic. He can run. He's a state champion, in the 200. And so, if he gets in the open, he's gone. That kind of mentality. And they're tough, hard running backs that they've got. And so off defensively, we've just got to come, ready for a physical football game and get after them physically, tackle well, not allow big plays, force them to drive the football, 12, 15 play type drives if they're going to score, and keep fighting and playing and put them in a situation sooner or later they'll miss a block and we'll make a big play, or they'll get a penalty, or we'll force a turnover. And of course you need those 3 and outs too. You can't continue to allow them to get 12 and 13 play drives. But I mean, if they do start driving the ball on you, just don't allow big plays and make them drive and get to a situation where you make a big play, say on 3rd down, or you make a big play on 2nd and short, and all of a sudden you tackle for loss and get them back into 3rd and long. And that's the main thing. But we've got to play good 1st down defense and get them in 2nd and long, and not give them a lot of 3rd and shorts and 4th and shorts, because they'll go for it on 4th and short, because their attitude probably is, hey, we can get 2 yards or 1 yard on 4th down. And then defense, their defense, they're 3-4 like us, and so we just got to do our job. Block and block on offense, tackle on defense, take care of the football on offense, don't give up big plays on defense, and play with confidence, on both sides of the ball. And then, on special teams, we've got to clean that up. We didn't play really well on special teams last week, so we've got to pick that up, have better kickoff coverage, those things. We just got to up our game. We've got to bring our A game.
Coach, appreciate you being here tonight, and we wish you guys well Friday night. I'm BKP, your host. You've been watching Rebel Wrap Up. We've been here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We want to thank Pizza Hut for providing the pizza for the coach and the players, and also Pepsi for providing drinks. Our guests tonight, we've had head coach Jim Pavo. We've had Dylan Breedlove. We've had Jacob Reese, Dylan Frank, Jack Roper. Guys, we wish you well Friday night. Hey, you know what? They said they've had the best practice Monday, the best practice. I want to thank these guys because they have made it the best show that we've had yet this season. It's been a great show. Travel over to Lumpkin, okay, Friday night. Okay, support your Rebels. Travel over there Friday night. Kickoff is at 7:30. And don't forget, it's region football, 7-3A. Support your Fannin Rebels. Check it out Friday night, Lumpkin County. We're out of here. Till next week. BKP. Good.